Hello and welcome to Vacations by Tiffany. I'm your go-to travel agent giving you tips and information about cruises, Disney, and more. In this episode, we're exploring the brand new Disney Wish. This is the fifth and newest ship in Disney Cruise Line's fleet, setting sail this summer in 2022. It's the first of 3 ships in the new Triton class. I've got lots more fun facts and details to share, so let's get started. On Deck 1, you'll find the gangway to use when you get to certain ports. There's also the Health Center, which is where you can go if you're not feeling well or need some first aid. Deck 2 is home to staterooms and the kids area called the Oceaneers Club. Within the Oceaneers Club, there's a Marvel section, Star Wars, princesses, Imagineering, and a nursery for babies. Check out my Disney Cruise playlist for an entire episode all about the different kids clubs and the different age groups. Here's a travel agent tip for you. Take a photo of the directory to keep in your phone so that you can easily look up a location. I will say though, there are plenty of signs located around the ship. Deck 3 is the main floor of the lobby, which is called the Grand Hall. Here, a statue of Cinderella greets you, and there's also a stage where you can find live music. The Grand Hall is home to lots of events during your cruise, like character meet and greets, as well as where you'll find the slide into the Oceaneers Club. And yes, adults can try it too. There's also a terrace where you might see visitors such as Rapunzel and Flynn Rider. Continuing on Deck 3, you'll find 1923, one of the main dining rooms. Be sure to check out my episode about each of the dining rooms and the experience you'll find there. There's also several lounges on Deck 3, like Nightingale's The Piano Bar, the Bayou themed after Princess and the Frog, and the Star Wars Hyperspace Lounge, which I've also made an entire episode about. And also some gift shops where you can find jewelry, watches, purses, and other attire and accessories. At the front of the ship on Deck 3, you'll find the state-of-the-art Walt Disney Theater featuring 3 new Broadway-style productions: Seize the Adventure, The Little Mermaid, and Aladdin. And just outside is Preludes, where you can get drinks or popcorn before the show. Now up to Deck 4, you'll find the balcony for the Walt Disney Theater. Next to that is the Neverland and Wonderland cinemas, 2 different movie theaters showing first-run Disney, Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars movies all day and late into the night. They are certainly some of the most beautiful movie theaters I've ever been in. There's also the smaller theater, Luna, and a bar here too, Luna's Libations. This is where you'll find bingo and some game shows during your cruise. Here's a fun fact: it was modeled after Shakespeare's Globe Theatre in London and named after the Pixar short called Luna. Back toward the Grand Hall, you'll find the Port Adventures desk and Guest Relations, the front desk, as well as the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, where kids can get pirate, prince, or princess makeovers. Further down is a coffee shop and bar called the Wishing Star Cafe. And my travel agent tip is that the seats have plugs and USB charging ports so that you can recharge with coffee and recharge your devices. The Untangled Salon is where you can get haircuts and manicures and pedicures. And across the hall is Hook's Barbery, where you can get a hot shave and even enjoy a bourbon from the bar. Keep in mind, there is an extra charge for these services. Still on Deck 4, at the aft of the ship, is the World of Marvel dining room. This is the second of 3 main dining rooms, and dinner here is included and accompanied by Ant-Man and the Wasp. Up to Deck 5 at the aft of the ship is Arendelle, the third of the 3 main dining rooms, which features the totally immersive Frozen dinner show. And don't forget, you'll get to eat at all 3 of the dining rooms during your cruise with Disney's rotational dining schedule. Here's Edge, one of the teen clubs, and Mickey's Mainsail shop for all of your Disney and Disney Cruise merchandise. Also on this deck is the art gallery. The Enchanted Sword Cafe is themed after the Sword in the Stone. There's also the Royal Photo Studio, as well as the Disney Vacation Club information desk. Then into the Grand Hall, you can get a great view of the chandelier. Keep going and you'll find the Keg and Compass Lounge, which is also a great place to find most sporting events and games being played on TV, as well as some pub grub and snacks for an extra charge. There's a selection of beer and wine and some amazing cocktails like this one called the Northern Lights. Check out my episode all about the bars and lounges on the Disney Wish right here on my channel. There's also the Triton Lounge, where you'll find various events throughout your cruise, similar to the D Lounge on other ships. These are on either side of the upper level of the Luna Theater. And next to that, you'll find the Senses Fitness Center, which is included in the price of your cruise. There's also a room to the side where you can stretch or do yoga, and across the way is the Senses Spa. There's also the promenade deck here where you could jog outdoors. Decks 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 all have staterooms. There's enough space on the Wish to comfortably fit over 4,000 passengers. This is also the first of 3 new ships using LNG power, which stands for liquefied natural gas instead of the traditional diesel fuel. Check out my cabin tour right here on my channel. Here's another travel agent tip I learned on the ship. There's 2 elevator bays, forward and aft, and the best way to know where you are is to look at the theme and color scheme. The forward elevators are forest themed and have a green color. You'll notice squirrels and bunnies inside the elevators, and you'll see birds on the light fixtures. And then the aft elevators are castle themed and blue in color. They have Cinderella's glass slipper with Jack and Gus Gus inside the elevators. And you'll see the pumpkin carriage on the light fixtures. Located on Deck 8 is a very unique feature that you'll actually find on all of the Disney Cruise Line ships, and it's a do-it-yourself laundry facility. Here's a fun fact: the Disney Navigator app will tell you when your washer and dryer are done. Now up to the pool deck, Deck 11. Here you find not 1, but 6 main pools spread out over the deck, each with amazing features like waterfalls and different depths like a wading pool or a deep plunge pool. You'll also find the sharp and stunning funnel vision, where you can watch movies all day and night. Speaking of nighttime, Disney's famous Pirates in the Caribbean deck party takes place during most Caribbean cruise itineraries. To make room, they cover the pool, which I happen to be lucky enough to catch in the process of doing, which gives everyone lots of room to spread out and really see the stage during the show. And don't forget about the amazing fireworks at sea. To the aft of the ship, you'll find Marceline Market, which was open for breakfast and lunch during my cruise. The food on Disney, in my opinion, is some of the best at sea, and everything I had at the marketplace during my cruise was delicious. And I never had a hard time finding a table, even during the busy lunchtime. You'll also find a full bar and coffee shop for specialty espresso drinks. Still on Deck 11, you'll find Joyful Sweets. This is where you can purchase candy, cupcakes, ice cream, and fresh-made macaroons. Out past the pool, at the aft of the ship, is Mickey and Friends Festival of Foods. This is the quick service area where you can find food all day and late night too. It's a bit like a food court, and it's all included in the price of your cruise. Here you'll find food like tacos, barbecue, pizza, burgers, veggie burgers too, and soft serve ice cream, as well as a full service bar. We're not done yet, there's so much more to see. Now up to Deck 12, you'll find more pools and the Toddler Splash Zone, all themed after Toy Story. Then there's the other club for the older teens called Vibe. Besides open houses, this is limited to teens only, where they can come in, play video games, board games, drink smoothies, have lively competitions like a dance-off, or just relax with other kids their age. Next to that is the Hero Zone, which is the indoor basketball court and sports area. During certain times, it can be transformed into the Incredibles Incredic Games obstacle course. Check the app for times and be sure to wear socks. Also on Deck 12 is the Concierge Lounge and Sun Deck with their very own exclusive pool. New on the Wish are a couple of two-story suites themed after Princess Aurora. And for the first time on any Disney ship, there's a huge suite inside the forward funnel. That's right, you and your group could have the whole funnel to yourself. It sleeps 8 people and has 3 bedrooms and 4.5 bathrooms. Further to the back of the ship, you'll find the Rose Lounge. Here, you'll also find Palo and Enchante, the adults-only specialty dining on board, where you can have a luxurious, top-notch dinner or brunch experience for an extra cost. Keep in mind, reservations are required. Palo Steakhouse features an Italian menu similar to what you'll find on the other 4 Disney ships. And Enchante is a whole new experience featuring a French-inspired menu. Next, we head up to Deck 13, where you'll find the adults-only section, the Quiet Cove. Here, there's hot tubs, infinity pool, a bar, and the peaceful Moana-themed Cove Cafe. Remember, this is all 18 and up, no kids. I happened to be at the infinity pool at the aft of the ship on one of the days while we were sailing away from port, and it might be my new favorite place. Then there's more seating up the stairs with cushions and quiet music playing in the background, as well as servers walking around to take your drink order. There's lots of places to get specialty coffees on the Wish, but the Cove Cafe is the only exclusive adults-only space. Open all day, it's a great place to come, read a book, and relax in the afternoons. Back to the main pool area, you'll find the Aqua Mouse, the first ever water attraction at sea, which I highly recommend checking out during your cruise. There's 2 different stories that you can experience. One is called the Swiss Meltdown, like you see here, and the other is the Scuba Scramble. The line can get pretty long, so my travel agent tip is to get there early or wait till much later in the afternoon. I really enjoyed my cruise on the Disney Wish. There's so much to see and do. Check out my playlist for more about this amazing ship. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for new episodes coming soon all about cruises and Disney. If you want to plan your next Disney cruise, visit vacationsbytiffany.com to get started. See you next time!